The purpose of today's math lesson 5.10 is to continue our practice with two-step word problems and how we would like you to write those equations. So I'm going to do two of these problems with you just to make sure that we are on the same page with how we want them written and how to solve the problem. So number one says, Carrie sold 7 toys for 50 cents and 1 toy for 75 cents. How much money did Carrie make? So there's really two ways that you could set up this problem. We don't really have a variable except the total. So we don't have a variable at the beginning of the equation. We do know that she sold 7 toys for 50 cents, okay, and 1 toy for 75 cents. So if I was solving this problem, I would ask myself, what is the first step I need to solve? Well, first I need to figure out how much did she make from selling 7 toys for 50 cents each. So I would make parentheses because that indicates the first step, and I would multiply 7 times 50 cents. And then I would put an end parenthesis. And then I'm also adding to that amount the 1 toy for 75 cents. So you could do this two ways. You could put another set of parentheses and put 1 times 75 cents, or you could just solve that in your head, which would just be 75 cents. Okay, and then what we don't know is the total, and that is why my variable is going to be money, M, because I don't know how much she made. And now I can solve the problem. 7 times 50 cents, I know that 7 times 5 is 35, and if I know I'm multiplying by cents, I add the 0 at the end, which would make this $3.50 plus 75 cents, which can also be written like this, is going to equal the money that she earned, okay? And M is going to equal $4.25. You could also write it, if you wanted to keep your unit as cents, you could also write it as 425 cents. Both of these are equal. You typically aren't going to see things written in this form. You'd see things written in this form, but either one would be an acceptable answer, okay? If we take a look at number 2, Darren earns $8 each week doing chores. He is saving his money to buy a game that costs $49 and a cap that costs $15. Boy, big spender. How many weeks will he need to work to save his money? For the actual verbiage is, how many weeks will Darren need to save his money, okay? Well, let's see. Let's ask ourselves, what is the first step of this problem? The first step is, how much money is he planning to spend? Okay, so that's going to go in parentheses. 49 plus 15. I need to know how much. And then I'm going to divide that amount by $8 because that's how much he makes per week. And if I'm able to figure that out, I will be able to see how many weeks he needs to work. So W is going to be my variable, and W stands for weeks. So 49 plus 15. You could quickly do it in your head, or you could stack. Either one is fine. I can do this in my head, and I figured out that that was 64. 64 divided by 8 equals how many weeks? 64 divided by 8, I know, is 8. So 8 equals the number of weeks he needs to work. So my final answer would be 8 weeks. I hope this helped.